ever discover a piece of information and then learn that you could have done without that in your life? And yeah, I'm talking about the number of pairs added to my collection in 2022. Did not expect this number, but also it kind of gives me more insight into my buying behavior, habits, and what really stuck with me this year. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back, another video on Talks with TJ. And the end of the year, this is usually the time we all reflect on different things that either are near and dear to us, maybe goals that we set out, or just looking back at your behavior and how the year went. And I think that's great. Self-awareness is amazing. It's also very humbling and can smack you in the face. So for myself, I'll probably just throw up on the screen here like the total number of pairs that were added to the collection. So how they were added, listen, some things were graciously sent over by brands. I mean, it could have been anything from the Puma Suede Classic to the LeBron 19 Low that was also sent over. So I'll just simply rope them all together in terms of brands, and I'll put the number here of pairs added to the collection. And I'm even including St. Morta slides from Culture Kings because, you know, it's footwear and I wear it on a very consistent basis. And you'll also see just regular Fear of God pairs and account for those as well. But long story short, it was a heavy year, like heavy in terms of pairs added. Pretty balanced, I would say, not necessarily maybe in the Puma or Reebok category, but certainly in terms of lifestyle, even performance, whether it was running, some basketball was in there. I have a lot of casual lifestyle pairs like slides and things because, hey, I literally work from home, so comfort is something that's really important to me. And I guess just I'll round out the number to something easy with also adding a Birkenstock Boston, because I actually do have one of those. And I will say this, just random side note, okay? After having it for maybe close to, not fully a month, but it is a pair that I reach for a lot, and I didn't know how often I would, but I reach for them a lot. Now, if you guys know, there's like a whole very dedicated following to anything that's Birkenstock related, especially for the Bostons and even the sandals they have. So this was a new experience for me just in terms of how will they fit, sizing. So I actually did go through like the sizing or the sizer that they have. They take you through this whole process on the website, and it is very beneficial, I will say that. But I was smart and I made sure to go down a size, or down a half size, I believe. And I also read the warnings that yes, it may feel a little weird because it's still going to feel like it fits bigger on your foot, but it is fitting your foot ergonomically as it should. And you know, they even tell you, hey, give yourself a little bit of time to break these in. And I think that's super smart to advise people on, especially if you're someone like me. You have fallen arches, because you will feel that the way that the shoe sits when it comes to the arch of your foot itself. So one thing I will say, I appreciate them putting that warning there, but I really do like having these on, and I typically wear them with socks. That's just a preference for me. I'm usually in socks when walking around, but I have worn them with socks without. Both work very well for me, but they are a really nice addition to the collection. And yeah, I picked up that charcoal colorway so they can go with any and everything. And for some people, they prefer to wear these out of the house versus Crocs. And you guys know me. It's not that I'm against mules in any way. That's literally a mule. A Boston is a mule. The Fear of God Californias are mules. The St. Morta slides are mules. I just don't like Crocs. I don't like porous shoes, so I don't care who makes them. I'm just not a fan of porous style shoes. But I've shared this before. If I were to just stop turning on a camera, which eventually I'm sure that's gonna happen. I do not intend to continue to get up here and do this indefinitely. But if I didn't turn on a camera, aka just my phone, I'd still buy the sneakers that I buy. I would just take photos and probably send them to my friends, you know, those that are into shoes, or just to say like, hey, this is what I got. I even talk about shoe releases that I pick up with my mom, and she's very excited for me when it's something she knows that I've really wanted. Like the Orange Lobster, she was very happy for me to be able to secure that to cap off the end of the year. So I would still buy the same way. So it being on camera, right? This isn't my job. You guys are really just seeing me as a regular person choosing to share my love of sneakers and passion on video with you. But that's not to say that adjustment should probably be made, because at no point would I be okay with myself if I spaced myself out, meaning I bought so many pairs, or I added so many pairs to my collection, however they make their way into the collection, that I feel I need more space, right? That any space in my apartment or this walk-in, it's just not doing it anymore. So I need to expand my space. Absolutely not. That is a very real American thing to do, to continue to just buy more footage or buy more square footage and just fill it with more stuff, right? I've discussed The Overspent American. That's a book I read this year and it was very eye-opening. So I would not do that. Just, you know, do I love it? Yes, but do I need it? I think that's the real thing. Do you love it? You can love something from afar, and it doesn't mean that you need to have it added to the collection. And I've had that hard discussion with myself as I've pulled various pairs from my closet that, oh, I remember when I got that and it was so great, but it's like, what purpose is it serving right now? Any? Those are the discussions I would say have with yourself. So there were a lot of pairs added to the collection in 2022, but I will say this. Amazing stories and models and colorways have been added. They integrate into the style that I've evolved into, and I think I will continue to see evolve into 2023. And that being said, there will be some pairs that I just need to let go. Now, for some, it was based on fit. It may have just been based on they never really got worked in. I already have something that I like more than this, and maybe you're too similar to that. These are the conversations I've had with myself, and maybe you'll end up having them with yourself as well heading into 2023. So no, there will absolutely not be a recap of everything that was added in this year. What I will say, if you would like and you missed anything, just go ahead and check out the Sneaker Hauls video or Sneaker Hauls playlist that will usually include everything that's been added, and you can just kind of go through. But whether it was Vans, Adidas, or just regular Adidas, Yeezy, Fear of God, Nike, New Balance had such a year. Again, the Puma didn't have a full video, but it's literally just a black and white classic suede. So yeah, I will have something else Puma that's on the way though, so stay tuned for that. Not directly from the brand, but from an amazing black-owned brand that I really love and support. The thing I will say before I close out, make sure that no matter what, you have a plan ahead of when you're buying these shoes, all right? This is just my belief. This is for me personally. I would never sit here and willingly pay a dime in interest on a credit card. So my shoes are essentially bought with cash because there is zero credit card interest that will ever be paid by me unless I am in a dire situation. And even then, I don't foresee myself getting in that. That's why you plan and you have savings and whatever you would need. But the reality is so many things that were a need and a priority were absolutely checked off and taken care of first. And that's always what I want young adults to be mindful of. Take care of your needs and then your wants. These sneakers are always a want. They are not a need. At no point should they come before something you really need to take care of. And at least for me personally, at no point should you pay interest on buying these shoes. That's just how I feel personally. So with that being said, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.